Once upon a time, there was a series called Twisted Tales, and all was well in whimreaper's kingdom. But one day, during the recording of episode 5, the evil microphone feedback noise disrupted the kingdom's peace and forced whimreaper to change the episode's format. So hello, and welcome to part 5 of Twisted Tales. I hope the intro was enough to understand why today's episode might be a little weird. It seems that Satan didn't want this episode made, but I am a woman of God and of my word, so I'm gonna get right into it. I'm gonna produce this video anyway. So, as you've noticed, we have a new sim. This is Merida from Disney Pixar's Brave, and the reason that she wasn't here in the first few episodes was that she was stuck overseas in Scotland while the storms were causing too many waves for her to get here. But now that she's here, she is going to be staying with the king and the princes in the castle, which is really exciting. She is a political figure back in Scotland, and she is therefore kind of a dignitary. She's visiting, and the king has decided to grant her the privilege of staying in the castle for the festivities. So yeah, and the reason that I put her into the series now is that Cinderella became kind of too much of a power player in the last episode. So, Merida is a bit of competition. And Merida is particularly volatile because she is basically perfect for Robin. Her traits are gonna come up soon, but she is self-assured, I'm pretty sure. You'll be able to see. Hot-headed, and she is athletic. And because Robin is a bro, and he's kind of not such a great guy himself, he's a kleptomaniac, I think she's kind of perfect for him. And she also loves politics, and he loves politics, so that's a shared interest. So that way, she's a little bit of a threat towards Cinderella, who wants to be able to play the princess super well. But if Merida, who has quite a bit of wisdom, is interfering in helping Robin become a better person, that's not going to be as easy for Cinderella. So, I have Robin talking to Merida. He's not really interested in any of the girls right now, and, I think he's just kind of let down by this whole week, and it's courtship day right now, and I don't think he's into it at all. But, yeah, we're setting up dates for the other boys, though, and Robin's just gonna chill with Merida, but we're having Prince Charming invite both Cinderella and Rapunzel because he's interested in both of them, and Hunter invites Odette and Odile, but we're not actually inviting Odette because her story is she's too scared to come now because Odile had threatened her. So Odile is going to show up, but Hunter won't really talk to her that much. But yeah, he's planning the party right now. And one thing I want to mention is once we start this party up, Cinderella doesn't show up for a good 2 hours, and I spent so long off camera trying to find her. That's what all these interludes are going to be about, is because I swear it was comedic how long it was taking, and then she just kind of appeared, and I was like, what? But yeah, she does show up. And we get to see how Prince Charming deals with both Rapunzel and Cinderella in the same place. So yeah, I'm just setting it up here. Sorry that it's taking quite a while. But as you know from last episode, Cinderella has 2 jealousy potions, which she's planning on using if things don't go her way. So what she will do is she'll throw one at Prince Charming, she'll throw one at Robin, and hopefully that will get them to argue so that she can woo Prince Charming and so that Robin doesn't inherit the kingdom. You might want to watch the last episode if you haven't. I only made it a couple days ago, so you should be able to remember though if you have seen it. But yeah, I don't know why it took so long just to do this, but once it gets going, it'll get a little more interesting, I promise. This episode actually has quite a few twists and turns that are interesting in it, so please do stick around. And please bear with me through the glitchiness and all of that good stuff. Also, there was a glitch with Prince Charming where I could not get him to do anything for a while, and I couldn't really get him to interact with Cinderella, so I had to use Cinderella. I had to add her to the household and have her interact with him instead. I'm going to be removing Cinderella because she's not actually living with them. It was just for the sake of this episode. But yeah, we're having Robin go talk to Merida, who looks beautiful in her party wear. And I think, Merida's a bit of a tomboy. There are her traits. She is self-assured. So she's a bit of a tomboy. She doesn't usually wear dresses, but I think this is the canon Merida. She doesn't really have a twist. And I think that is almost a good thing in her case, just because she doesn't need one, and it's going to help out the storyline a lot more, because you'll be more familiar with her. This is at the end of her movie, where she went through this transformation in respecting her parents and learning more about herself and more about love. But yeah, she is kind of a bit of a tomboy, but now she's not afraid to be feminine either and embrace tradition, which is kind of what she's doing by being here and visiting as a dignitary. But yeah, Robin and her get along quite well until she gets angry, and then they lose a bit of relationship, but I think they're quite good friends. Like, their relationship bar is going up pretty fast. And he's giving her a rose right now. He's going to buy one for her, and I think it is so adorable. It's just a friendly gift, too. He's not really into her. He's just saying, like, thank you so much for joining me and joining my family on this adventure. And here is a gift for courtship day, since it is traditional to give people flowers, but I do not have a lady. But I also think that's gonna kind of be charming to her. Which, I mean, like, he's Robin Charming, so... And I also think it's kind of cool how all the Sims have these really fancy drinks for the whole day. And I don't really know where they get them from. They just kind of spawn, like, they just get them, and I think it's kind of cool. It definitely sets an atmosphere. But here he goes to give her the rose, and there she goes. She smells it, and it's just, I ship them really, really hard. A little too hard, maybe. But yeah, here she is tense, so she yells, and yeah, Robin doesn't like that so much. But he's the only one, ironically enough, that has a good courtship day. Yeah, and then we spend forever looking for Cinderella, and instead we find Rapunzel. So we have Prince Charming go talk to Rapunzel, and he's just gonna, like, engage in some casual banter, but then he's gonna really pull out the moves, because he knows that's what courtship day is for. He knows that he needs to step up his game and actually start pursuing her as a romantic attraction rather than just getting to know her, because he hasn't really made any real moves so far. So we're going to see whether Rapunzel takes this well and how that will affect what goes on with Cinderella and all that, and Hunter is going to talk to Odile. And also, I look for Cinderella again. And we don't find her. So yeah, here is Rapunzel and Prince Charming, and the thing that I want to bring up, I think, comes up right away, basically. I think that their whole relationship thingy doesn't go so well, but he's gonna try to talk to her anyway. Or no, he's not, actually. I think he found out that she was unflirty because she rejected his advances, and I think that made him a little miserable. You can see he has a sad emote at the bottom. And so he's gonna rebound to Cinderella because he realizes Rapunzel isn't for him. And yes, we finally do find her. And I don't know where she came from, but she's here, so at least the episode could go on. This was a train wreck of an episode, if you can't tell. I'm having to narrate it after I've already recorded, so that should tell you something. But, yeah, he's going to go talk to Cinderella, and Cinderella is probably pretty happy about this situation with Rapunzel now. Rapunzel was a threat to her before, but it's played out in her advantage, because now, since Prince Charming is sort of dejected, he's going to rebound to her, and that will mean that she can maybe convince him both to keep the kingdom and to marry her so that she gets to rule as the queen. But let's see how that goes. Also, yes, Hunter is very miserable. He just wanted to see Odette and she didn't come, so I think the king is feeling so sorry for his sons at this point. And I think he's watching Cinderella like she's the only hope left. And yeah, this is where she kind of glitches. So we have to use her to seduce Prince Charming rather than the other way around. But I think that's suiting because Cinderella it would definitely be more into the prince than he would be into her because like I said, he's into polished girls. He would be even more into Merida almost than Cinderella, even though Cinderella's personality is more in line. But I think he also notices that Robin is getting to know Merida and that he probably shouldn't interfere. And since he's already getting to know Cinderella, he's rebounding onto her. And she's basically the only one left that he has to rebound onto, which is kind of sad. Unless he wanted to go for Odile, but she really isn't his type. He likes very womanly figures, and I think Odile is more like a little bit of a goth, and that's not really his thing. But yeah, he is getting to know her now. She's going to tell him an engaging story, and then she's going to go right into the romance. She's very confident. She thinks that since she has so much charisma, she can just reel in any guy that she wants. And a lot of the time it does work. But then sometimes, surprisingly, her interactions just seem to fail, and it doesn't make that much sense. Maybe it's just because she's evil and that's her evilness showing through, and then she does something that's a little bit kind of telling of her personality, and the princes are taken aback by it. But I try to do a first kiss. I try so hard, but I don't think I quite got there. And yeah, the king was going to join their conversation. I think he wanted to make sure everything was alright, but the prince was probably like, Dad, go away. This is my last chance at a girl. It's a shame that Cinderella's never in her formal wear, but I do show her formal wear at the very end of the episode, so you guys get a look at that. But yeah, the prince keeps walking away, and yeah, Cinderella and his interaction didn't go swimmingly. I think she's kind of getting, like, nervous, and she's thinking, like, hopefully this goes well, otherwise I might have to use my secret weapons, the jealousy potions, and I hope resetting him helped. I really don't want him to be bugged for the rest of the playthrough. I don't know if it was the event that bugged him or what, but we will try to fix it. So yeah, she's going to try one more time to earnestly win him over instead of using manipulation, but she is evil. She is fine with using manipulation. She just doesn't like to have to get her hands dirty, but she will. She isn't nervous about it at all, and this is where we try to do the first kiss again, and I think again it does not happen. But he does like that flirt, so that is good for Cinderella anyway. But I don't think that... he didn't like it, and we don't like her, I don't think, either. At least I don't like her. Maybe you guys like her for some reason. But if she gets into the kingdom, there's a good chance that she'll ruin a lot of things. So yeah, their relationship is falling dramatically, and now Cinderella knows she's gonna have to resort to using some dirty tricks. So she tries to get his sympathy by asking for reassurance, and that sorta works, I'm pretty sure, but... oh no, he's still mad. Okay. So yeah, this is where she's like, okay, if I can't even manipulate him just by using words, then I'm gonna have to use the potions that the fairy godmother gave me. And she goes to test the serum on Robin and on Prince Charming. Now, the interesting part about this is I didn't know there was a chance that the serum wouldn't work. So on Robin, he does not get angry from the serum, but Prince Charming does. So this is the interesting part, is because her plan doesn't exactly work, because only one of the princes is angry, and you'll see what happens anyway. So she goes to give him the serum, and yeah, it's called Red Hot. It makes him angry, but he doesn't get any moodlet from it, whereas Prince Charming definitely does. You'll see in a second. So there he goes, drinks it up, and nothing changes. Which I didn't know that was a thing that could happen, so that's actually interesting. He like actually gets a positive moodlet from it, which is really kind of weird. So maybe Cinderella's gonna have to get revenge on the fairy godmother, because she say like, you gave me a faulty potion, I paid money for that sort of thing. And yeah, that's gonna be awkward. But look, Prince Charming just turns angry all of a sudden, which I think it kind of glitched a little bit. Maybe it was lag or something. But yeah, he's really angry. So Cinderella is now going to still try to make this work, even though Robin isn't angry. She is going to try to not let him calm down. She's going to try to distract him, and she's going to try to get him to interact with his brother so that he gets mad at Robin, and that way he won't give his kingdom to her. Or not give his kingdom to her. I meant give his kingdom to Robin, which is what he was planning on doing, but Cinderella is trying to stop that. So she's going over and she's gonna try to get them to interact. And as you can see, today's now The Masquerade, which is the episode where Hunter and Odette will both be aging up. And it's going to be an interesting episode, let me tell you. Well, a couple of episodes I think I'll have to make it into to fit everything in. But yeah, I was just getting Robin to go over there, and now she is talking to Prince Charming and trying to get him on the topic of politics a little bit, so that when Robin comes, that will be the first thing that they argue about. So yeah, she just tries to get him a little bit riled up. And she's willing to sacrifice her own relationship with him at first in order to bring down the relationship between the brothers, because she knows she can recover, but she doesn't think that the brothers would be able to do so as easily. But yeah, Robin immediately sees how mad Prince Charming is and doesn't even engage in conversation with him. He just immediately is like, calm down, what is wrong? Why are you arguing with Cinderella? And like, yeah, tries to brighten his day and discuss his mood, like just trying to get him not to freak out so much. And Cinderella obviously isn't enjoying this. She's watching and hoping that it'll go well. But it seems like Robin is able to calm down Prince Charming, and that it is not good for Cinderella whatsoever. She is not happy, and she's trying to chat with them and recover, and they're kind of getting suspicious of her, I think. I think Prince Charming is wondering, like, why did you give me that potion? I thought it was a, like, courtship day drink, and now it made me all angry, and then you argued with me. Like, what's wrong with you? And they're trying to figure out what her motivation was, and they're trying to get to know her to see if she is in fact evil. But will they be able to figure it out, or will they just think like, oh, she's just a weird girl, that kind of thing? Yeah, so they're kind of going to prod her about her actions and try to figure out just what her motivations really are, because they're getting suspicious. Like, the first time that she really came over and talked to just the two of them, she starts off by being like fairly pleasant, really into Prince Charming, and Prince Charming's kind of uncomfortable, but then he comes around. But then she starts immediately flirting with Robin as well, trying to get them jealous of each other, and now she's giving them these weird potions, and yeah, they are just not really in good terms. And yeah, he was considering asking to just be friends because they are a little bit of lovebirds, but I think he wanted there to be a reason to do that sort of a thing, and he didn't actually figure out anything that was suspicious about her. He thought maybe she was just having a bad day, maybe she was just like acting kind of weird, but he didn't think there was enough of a reason to tone down their romantic relationship, which is really lucky for Cinderella. Basically, when I was filming originally, I had said that if he finds out she's evil, that's the end of it, but he does not find that out at all. And yeah, Cinderella is really a power player in this LP. Like, I think I've said that, but she has dirt on Robin. She's the only one who knows that Robin is stealing from the kingdom's treasury. She is in with two of the king's three sons, and the king seems to like her. So yeah, she is one to look out for. And I'm just gonna show her formal outfit.
So yeah, that's pretty much all the story for this episode. I did want to just, show her formal outfit before we end, but basically what's going to happen in the next episode is Hunter and Odette are going to age up. Merida will probably be a little bit more of a star player. And then either in the next episode or the episode after that, it will be the masquerade. And this is kind of getting to the end of the festivities. And yeah, that means that we're going to start seeing the final couples kind of getting set up, if there are any left, as like I said, there are kind of problems with all of them except for Merida and Robin are probably going to get together. But yeah, there's potential for anything to happen still, couples to get shuffled around. Although Rapunzel rejected Prince Charming, she still has a part to play, I think. Either as just like a friend to the princes or a lookout of sorts, because she is pretty good of a girl. She probably won't be coming to the parties because she's a loner, but I think she might have an inkling that Cinderella isn't the greatest. So I really do want to make it a challenge for Cinderella because she is such a star player, but yeah, we're gonna see if she does end up inheriting the kingdom at this rate. It seems like she hasn't been doing so great, but she does still have dirt on Robin, that he's stealing from the kingdom. But yeah, here is her formal wear. I hope you liked this video. I hope that you stick around for the next one. Thank you for watching, and sorry for the strange execution. I swear, it was a rough ride for me, but here is the video. It's out, it's there, and I hope you enjoyed. I'll see you in the next part. Bye!